So, Alex, your first name in the Wisey Translator, sir, is Caleb Williams.
We're going to go beast mode.
Did you hear what Merrill Hodge said about him?
I did.
I agree with him.
Once the season's over, I want to hop on with you guys because I have been doing some digging, and I just want to unleash. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Hey, Jim, I got one for you. James, your first name in the Wisey Translator is Cody Rhodes.
Grandson of a plumber, better finish the story, and the only reason to watch that entire company right now. Well, maybe that and Rhea Ripley.
Not a fan?
Rhea?
Not a fan?
No.
No.
She's creepy looking.
It's not even so much the look, but I actually remember seeing Demi Bennett when she was kind of coming up with the company and just the transformation that she's had. And I remember her battles with Tony Storm, for independence and everything. And I also see I also have an affinity towards Rhea Ripley because of a lot of the off-camera stuff that people don't see.
Understood.
Alex, your first name in the Wisey Translator from me this evening. He's been in the news, and there's been a lot of controversy, so I figure I'll take a swing here. And it's the only time this sport ever gets brought up on this show. Lionel Messi.
Well, being that as I've never really been a fan of his, I am going to call him an arrogant prick.
Well done.
Prima donna, selfish, spoiled.
What?
Exactly. I can keep him rolling.
What?
Hey, Jim. Golf clap.
Michael, your first name from me in the Wisey Translator this evening, because I think I might have a second one here for you.
Ooh, yay.
Billy Epler.
Can my team just buy a fucking executive that doesn't know how to fuck shit up, please? And now I got the guy who grew up a Met fan who won't re-sign Alonso to a long-term contract. Alex, I'm going to throw hands if they don't sign him. And this is the basis of my first episode of Big Rican. I'm going to lose my shit.
I know because I have a name for both of you, but I'll just leave it with this. There's a lot of rumblings that he might end up here in Chicago playing on the north side.
It would take a king's ransom to get him away from there because they know the fallout with the fan base would just be insanity.
I know. Oh, I'm sure.
You mentioned, can we go out and buy an executive who doesn't fuck shit up? I actually think of it like we were talking about racing movies. I'm now somehow, some way, my brain just immediately went to Days of Thunder, where Robert Duvall told him, "You hit every other goddamn thing out there. I want you to be perfect."
Yeah. I don't want to be perfect. I want them to do shit that actually makes fucking sense.
Guys,
Okay.
I have a name for both of you, and it's not a controversial name. This one potentially could, hit the heart for both of yous. Corey Kluber.
May I go first, James?
You can, because he was actually going to be the second name I was going to ask you.
Okay. I was a pitcher. I love pitching. I find it to be the greatest art form in sport today. He is the best pitcher in that franchise in Cleveland that I have seen in my lifetime. And I saw Cliff Lee, and I saw CeCe, and I saw Oral Hershiser and Charles Nagy and Dennis Martinez and all those boys in between. Corey Kluber is the best pitcher the Cleveland franchise has produced in the last 50 years. That's what I think of the Klubot.
Damn it, you took the nickname I was going to throw out.
And oh, by the way, if Tito didn't pitch him 1-4-7, the Cubs still would not have a world championship.
And if they would have actually given any kind of run support, he would have actually hit 200 wins in his career and been potentially, he'd have had another Cy Young award and possibly been up for the Hall of Fame, because he would have had 3 of them.
So, Alex, I have a second name for you, and it's one we've brought up already, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. And that name, Alex, is Dwayne Johnson.
He's a fucking shitty actor.
That's beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. Jim, I have another one for you.
Okay.
Which will interest Alex here. And Jim, that name is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Boy, he would have looked good playing alongside of Amari Cooper and David Njoku, but he's again going to be another first-round potential wide receiver. The Browns are going to miss because they paid a quarterback $230 million to get outplayed by a 38-year-old on his couch.
I like it.
Who, won Comeback Player of the Year award, beating out a guy who had cardiac arrest last year.
Well, that's the Comeback from the Dead Player Award.
Dude.
What?
I have another name for both of you guys. Jim, I want you to take this one first, because he was certainly in the running for a category that you just brought up. Baker Mayfield.
Boy better be getting paid by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or they deserve to be demoted down to that new league that the other douchebag that you brought up earlier is putting together for the summer.
Mike?
Is going to take less money to keep his first ballot Hall of Fame wide receiver in town.
Alex, I'm going to close up the translator with one more for you, and I wonder if you've seen this story, because he talks about wanting to do something to a certain quarterback that you absolutely hate. Alex, your last name to close out the Wisey translator tonight, Seth freaking Rollins.
I say to Seth freaking Rollins, I hope that he curb stomps the shit out of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mitch Trubisky.
He can get one too.
Rollins is a huge Bears fan growing up in Iowa. hates Aaron Rodgers and has actually said publicly he would love to curb stomp Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Do you think he wants to curb stomp him because he's a Packers fan or because of the fact that he's an anti-vax piece of shit?
Beast mode?